Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 41, A Pirate's Life for Me, Part 1. We're going to do 2 parts. They're going to be roughly 30 to 35 minutes of content. So by the time we're done, it's probably going to be 45 minutes of Part 1 and 2, and the rest we're doing in the live stream. It's not going to exactly go to the break, but I'm going to just stop when we're about an hour plus into it, counting both parts 1 and 2. We'll do a full hour at least. If there's something going on, we'll drag it out a little, but my intent is to stop somewhere around the hour mark with part 1 and 2. No Patreon hour, because this week's Patreon hour already happened to conclude episode 40. Then we got Talks Machina on the weekend, and we're getting this now. So I am wearing my Ford shirt, as you can see. I have now learned the words, and I'm assuming we've pretty much got the script of what is going on. We have potentially you could be the chosen one or the person. Then you learn, then you grow, you provoke this thing, it consumes. The orb is what I'm assuming the consumption is. See, it could be more than that, but I'm thinking just on the surface. You provoke it, it consumes, you get reward, and then you have patience and wait to see what unfolds, or establish getting the other ones done, which is basically having the patience to see what unfolds. I wore my Ford shirt specifically because we're about to go one way or the other. It's a pirate's life for me. I have to assume, based on the title, that we are going to continue doing what we do. Here is the problem. Avantika said, I would love for you guys to be on my crew, come on the ship. Will you be with me? Will you join me? And I feel like we kind of said yes, or flat out said yes. Then Ford slept with Avantika. We have now had the first romantical interaction of Ford's D&D life that we have seen, at least in Critical Role. And Jester, I don't know if Laura Bailey is here. I didn't actually see. Actually, I did see her. I didn't even think about it, but I did see Sam giving some sort of advertisement in a Scottish accent. I kind of just fell on it, and it was Laura Bailey next to him. So I know Laura's here. How are we going to discuss the interactions? I assume it's going to come up. Our goal right now is we are supposed to go with Avantika to the crash site where Ford had that incident where he woke up and had the sphere and the falchion, and Vandrin was no longer with us. We don't know if he's dead. I'm assuming he might be. There's also the theory I keep pitching that I don't know if this is possible, and I probably sound crazy, but is it possible that Vandrin is one with Ford? Like Vandrin's in him, or Ford is Vandrin? Like, we don't know who Ford is. How do we know Ford isn't Vandrin this whole time? Like, am I crazy to think that? I didn't think of that till now, but I probably did, but why can't, I mean, it's very possible Vandrin is, no, but then, but it could be, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Let's just jump in. I'm thinking too much. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode. Except this one, apparently. But dozens of other shows. We got the whole hour that finished off 40 for this week's. Dozens of other shows. One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man. We just finished Chucky. Steven Universe and Toriko are into multiple seasons almost. By the time you see this, check it out. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 41, Part 1. Do I not have volume?
Hello, everyone.
It was just so quiet.
So,
do I have to turn this up?
Last we left off.
Nein,
after making a daring escape from the temple of the false serpent on the island of Urukazel, had managed to nearly drown in the escape, make their way through the jungle, being chased by both Yanti and the lizardmen denizens of this island.
In Talks Machina,
making their way to the shore,
Matt said,
just in time
there
to
were
have
so
the
many
actual
things that could have gone
pirate
wrong.
ship, the Squall Eater,
and they
there
did
to
it
defend
perfect
you,
through the jungle,
firing various heavy cannonballs towards the creatures of which had given chase, and allowing you to escape on the boats to safety. Upon reaching the top of the ship, you found that the mistake has been repaired enough to be seaworthy. Though
she did say the mistake is good to go.
Intense repairs.
But we're not supposed
Your
to get it.
supplies are relatively low.
I say we tell
and it looks
Avantika,
like
give us
the
our
current,
ship.
Goal
We're equals.
is to
I want
find
my
your
own
journey
crew.
westward to the island of Dark.
I want to see Orly.
Which has been wiped from your
I was
knowledge,
gonna say
wiped
Ganon,
from
Galen.
the Clovis Concord's
Ganon.
control many years ago, and currently resides as the center of all piracy in the Lucidian Ocean.
Love
as you
it.
all went to rest for the evening, Ford, who will be here shortly so I can continue to embarrass him, had an evening's conversation with Captain Avantika, in which
They joked
it was discussed his past history
about Matt
with his kind of
having
childhood
to have Yasha have a sexual
father figure,
encounter just to screw it for or Travis.
who also seemed to have a history with Avantika as well, and is somehow rolled in with this strange Ukutoa phenomenon.
Ukutoa. I love it. It's a great word. Ukutoa.
It also came to light that this shipwreck in which gave Ford his powers might have a connection, based on the captain's intuition, with where this third and final sphere may lie. And it was decided between the two
It
of them that
wouldn't
this may
shock
be,
me if
the
it
next
is
goal beyond Dark Toad to
at
pursue,
the crash site
after
of
which they fucked.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is like the
And
way.
While that era of the story is transpiring,
way that
I
Matt
want to
did
ask
it
you
was
guys, since we have a
amazing.
moment here,
That is
yeah,
the greatest
or in
delivery
the
I
loose
could have ever wished
wibbly-wobbly,
for.
timey-wimey period
I
of
honestly
figuring things
didn't
out
think
as you
he'd
recover
deliver it
from
like
the
that.
intense
To be worked up high, up
return
to
the
high,
ship.
up to
What
high
would you like to do? Is
dough.
there anything you want to check up on first?
To be
Everyone
worked
level
up,
7.
she's up to high
level
dough
seven
about
is awesome.
Did we get
Ford's
like a long rest
indiscretions.
after?
Up
This will be the long rest.
Okay.
For everyone.
to
before.
high
So this isn't
dough about.
nice.
Am I
This
reading
isn't
that wrong?
the next few days of our sailing adventure. This is that night.
Up to.
This is that night. We will then
I'm
begin
thinking
to
like up
embark
to
on what that
here.
journey will
Like I
be.
don't know.
But
I
if there's
missed
anything
something.
you wish to do
Or
before the
it is
evening
what I
done.
said.
I already gave my shade. I'm done. That was all I needed.
I would try to locate Caduceus on the boat, actually.
Locate
I don't know if
Caduceus
he's
on the
hiding
boat.
or not.
Oh, I'm in the I'm in my room because I was. Is this before Ford came back or?
You can say this is while Ford is out.
Okay, so I'm in my room.
Okay, so I will go to where he is on the boat, and
That wasn't me. Oh,
Hey, Mr. Caleb. Good evening.
Mr. Caleb. Let's have
you
a
look
talk. Mr.
Barry.
Caleb.
tired as I feel.
Barry.
Do you have a moment?
Sure. What can I do for you?
May I come in?
Oh, yes, of course.
I feel like watching Taliesin be Caduceus
feel,
is so out of like my
Poorly.
like normal view of Taliesin.
For the
He
time
just
you've
seems
been having traveling with
like
us,
an old wise man.
it was not a very good day. It's been a string of bad ones, in fact.
You could say that.
And I
Cheers,
am
everybody.
grateful to have you along with this group because
It's great to have you along with this
we
group
get hurt a lot.
because we get hurt a lot. So
we stick our
cheers.
noses places maybe we shouldn't. And you have been very helpful. And
Thank you. I think I'm coming to the realization that perhaps I was not entirely clear of what I signed up for, but I don't think that means that it's the wrong path.
Good,
I'm
because shit's gonna get worse, my friend.
getting used to the idea that it wouldn't be a test if it were easy.
It's one of those things. He's
is
just
it
gonna have
your
to
intention
accept
to
it or leave because shit's
continue on
gonna
with
get
us?
worse.
I joined your
I love the
group of
music.
friends, I guess our group of friends now, as a testament of faith, and it would be a disservice to that faith to turn around because it's hard. If it had been easy, and I suppose I wouldn't have needed to be called to it. I've been thinking a lot about it. Jester gave me a lot to think about, to be honest.
well, you know, sometimes acts of good faith deserve to be rewarded when they can. I wanted to give you something that will make your time with us a little bit easier, I suppose. And I start to pull the periapt out and untie it. This, You know, I'm always so far back away from. I hear you, Laura, in my peripheral.
I hear you in my peripheral.
I'm always very far back anyway. This isn't doing me much good, and it's better that you stay up more than I stay up, because if you go down, that's it. So this is just a little bit of extra,
Awesome.
you know,
Nice gesture.
protection.
Not Jester. Nice
Anyway.
gesture.
Mr. Caleb, do you believe in fate? There are lots of different kinds of fate. I know that's a heavy question. But do you believe that we are driven towards something by things that are greater than ourselves?
Taliesin is also amazing at this. Don't get me wrong when I say it. I feel like it's not his comfort zone. I think he's amazing at it. It's just not how I
would like to
imagine him
think
after
not.
Molly
But I don't know.
or Percy.
There are times I think about the cruelties of the world and the things that have been put upon me and my family, and I would hate for that to be a plan. And there are times when, like today, I'm very grateful
New flask. I didn't even think of it.
for being in the right place at the right time to make sure that the right people are becoming strong in the ways they need to be.
I like how he worded that.
And I don't think that it excuses the pain. I don't think that you have to, I don't know, I don't think you have to not care about it or fight it with everything you've got, but I think the world is shaping you into something important, and I want to make sure
He's
that you
like
get to
saying-
wherever you need to be.
If you don't believe in fate,
It's
like
a pretty big matzo ball.
yeah,
Well,
that's. I mean,
you
that's.
won't have to work very hard at it, I imagine. I think just being you, wherever the world puts you, will do just fine.
I like how he's saying, for you to
have
believe
this-
that you're on a course,
magic, by
that
the way.
all the bad things
can-
that
I can
happen
tell.
were all fate, but
Thank
then
you.
something good happens and you
I
want to
help you,
believe
that
that's
makes it
fate.
easier for you to help all of us.
Why could one be and not
And
the
I
other?
promise I
They're
will
likely
continue
both,
to help you all.
or
This
not
is,
either.
even when we're not the best of people, I feel like we're still moving towards something that's good and worthwhile.
I agree.
And
In the end of the day, that's
feeling
all you gotta worry
the
about.
struggles in my way to bring us to where we need to be.
I feel like putting too
Welcome
much
to the
thought
Nine.
into all that. Welcome to the Nine.
I'm honored.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it.
Okay, I feel like shit, so I'm going to go to bed.
Is Caleb?
Thank you
I
for
don't
this,
know
I
if
won't
anyone's
forget it.
confirmed it yet, but I'm assuming Caleb is no longer high. Is Caleb still high from the fruit,
like
but
Ford.
not? Ford sneaks in.
Double ones.
So you-
That's
you get to
great
remove
how
the item,
Ford
and then you get to
actually
add it to
snuck
your-
in, like he literally was out banging a
It just feels
vodka.
right that it's with you.
Yeah, it's a wound closure.
That was perfectly done because I didn't even think about it. Specifically,
Yeah.
they said it was
Stabilizes
right
with
before
that.
Ford came back. So he crept right in like it was the scene. I love it.
I'm gonna go to Caleb when he gets back. Caleb! Caleb! Caleb!
Caleb just said he felt like shit.
Where's my owl?
Bangs the door open.
Oh, right. Doesn't drown. It's amazing.
It doesn't drown. It's
Like magic
amazing.
or something.
Yeah.
We had good times.
You have 3 or 4 more days if you want.
Do I?
Yeah, I. Oh.
Can you do me a favor?
What was that? I didn't see it.
Pocket owl.
Pocket owl.
Parapt
Right next
of
to my
wound
bacon.
closure stabilizes the wearer when they are dying at the start of their
I got
turn and
this
doubles
red
the
feather
amount
from
of
Neela,
hit dice,
and,
heals during a
I
short
don't know,
rest.
when
That's what he gave.
when she handed
okay.
it to me, she was like
Parapet?
like very deliberate about
Apt.
how she handed it to me. I don't know.
Parapt
We just see if
a
it's like
wound.
magic.
I'm horrible with
this is
words,
something.
and I have
Yeah.
to repeat them in my head 50
a moment?
times, as you guys can see. My bad. Parapt. I think it's a periapt. Periapt. They said it
it is
before,
not
but I didn't know
magical,
what they
it
were
is
talking
something-
about.
Yeah, that's a feather. That's just a feather. It's good looking though.
It's a good looking feather. It's a good looking feather.
Tied to my staff.
Tie it to my
I'm not
staff.
disappointed.
Okay.
I'm not disappointed.
We got it, Bo.
Bye. I'm gonna go to bed.
I like that. That was good. I'm not
Without
disappointed
sprinkles.
that she did that good. I like that.
So as you reach back,
It's all in the
your
delivery.
waterlogged hood.
For a second, I was like,
Your-
"What?"
your-
And then
your
I'm like,
coat.
"Oh,
You,
I like it. I like it. I like it a lot."
you hear this tiny little.
Oh,
and
God,
then
is
kind
it
of
Sprinkle?
pull
It's
out this
Sprinkle.
Extremely waterlogged.
We got the waterlogged Crimson Weasel. Little Sprinkle. I'm going to go on the Critical Role site. It is
You're
Cyber
so
Monday
tough,
starting
Sprinkle.
tomorrow. Like
And
late
he squishes
tomorrow,
little cheeks.
Cyber Monday. If the Sprinkle
thank
onesie
you.
goes on sale, I'm buying it. There is a
Okay,
Sprinkle
go right
onesie.
here,
I think
stay
it's
there.
$80.
Turn around, okay.
If it goes on sale, I'm
And then
buying
I'm
it.
going to look for well, I'm going to look for Bo, but she's
It was
not
around the same price as
So
the
then I'm
Gilmore
going to go look
Road.
for a knot.
I'm drinking.
I'm drinking. Please, can I see the flask again?
I don't know.
I couldn't get a
We're all
good
staying
look,
in
and
the
I
same
didn't want to
room.
miss
We
the
have a couple
beautiful
more-
interaction
There are
between
3
Caleb and
rooms between
Caduceus.
the group, I think, that have been given to
Caleb
you.
and
People that have been
Caduceus.
moved to the mistake.
Let's say that I'm drinking on the deck of the ship.
Oh, good. I was on the deck of the ship too. How perfect.
Oh.
How perfect.
Hey, hey, Knot.
Hi.
Hi. Are you super wasted?
I've got a good buzz on.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, I think you have because you said you were like into somebody before. Have you ever kissed a boy?
Oh, God, is she going to get into this?
I've kissed a boy.
Yeah. What was it like?
Excuse me?
What was it like when you kissed him?
Because
Have you never kissed someone?
No, well,
You're
here's.
a lady. Your mom is a
I was
master
asking
of
not. I was
sexuality.
asking what it was like when you kissed someone. That's all.
Because you haven't done it.
Well, I didn't know if it counted.
oh, God,
what's the
she's going to
situation?
totally make that
I
thing
was
with her and
drowning.
Ford. That was her
today?
first kiss. Oh, my God, no way.
Oh,
Does that count though?
okay. Well, I mean, let's
Oh, my God,
let's
she
take
is
a
laying it
look
on
at this.
thick.
Your lips pressed against each other.
Yes.
It meant something.
Yeah.
How did it
Look
make
at
you feel?
Travis's face.
Like I
He
wasn't
is the
dead.
reddest
Yeah.
I've ever.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the feeling.
Yeah.
And did it make your heart beat faster than being completely stopped? How it was?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's not dead.
If I had to do my first kiss over again, I would want all of those things.
And look at how Sam is
Yes,
selling
that's
it.
the
Not,
best first kiss.
not
It's
is
someone
selling.
you care
That's the
about.
you had the
didn't know
greatest
if it
first
counted.
It
kiss.
means something. You'll remember it forever.
I will. I will remember the like after part of it. You know.
Oh yes.
I was a little struggling at the beginning part.
Well, yes. Well, afterwards, I don't know if you felt this way.
This is the
You just can't
greatest
stop thinking
way
about
this
it,
could have
and-
ever been handled.
And you just sort of feel the sort of soft pressing against you, and almost taste him just for a little bit, and it doesn't go away for a while.
I think his tusks are growing back.
You felt a little.
Just a little bit of tusk. What was your first kiss like though?
This is
It
a
wasn't as romantic. It was just a dare.
what an
really?
angle to go with.
With who?
She's having a discussion
I
about
don't
how
know, just-
glorious her first kiss was
Just
on a
some-
night that Ford banged
I don't
Avantika.
I don't remember too much.
That's weird. You said you never forget it.
Yeah, but if you liked it, not said if you. I should, but didn't not say if it's something that's special like that you never forget. So it must have
just
sucked.
Just pretty young, and just kids just saying like, "Oh, you kiss each other now."
Oh, okay,
just one of
okay.
those types of games.
I think kids do that sort of stuff a lot.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I don't remember his name.
Oh. Do you remember the softness of his lips?
I do. Yes. It was a good day.
Yeah, today's pretty cool too.
I love how we're dragging this like lovely scene out.
Do you think things will change now between you?
Oh God.
No, I mean, he might have a big crush on me now, you know,
Are
but...
you interested?
Oh, I don't know. You know.
Well. Boys like it. Why am I telling you this? Your mom's a lady of the night.
Yeah, I
But
know.
sometimes
Lady
boys
in the
like
night.
it if you are a little bit aloof, a little bit cold to them afterwards. Like maybe they did something wrong and they don't even know what it was.
Really?
Yes.
Like the play the games.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit of like just keep him guessing. Like, did I say something? Did I do something? Was I a bad kisser?
Okay.
And that'll put him on the defensive where you want him.
That's right.
And then you cut his throat and fucking kill him. No.
Oh, this is amazing.
Because I don't want to do that.
No,
one.
of course not.
Okay.
He's our friend.
Okay.
Of course we don't want to do that. He's our friend. They're great together.
All right. Have fun with your flask, okay?
All right, I will.
Can I see it
I'm going to
again?
go right in my journal.
We're drinking on the deck. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, how are we drinking on the deck? What is that? Is that an
Alright,
emu or
as
something? It
everyone
looks like one of those.
concludes their evening activities.
It looks like one of those birds that like screams real
The
loud,
journey,
but I can't really
looking
tell.
at the map and the distance, it's about 800 miles to
Amazing
Darktoe
interaction
from Uruk-Hazel.
between both. Everyone's having great interactions. I love it. Bo and Caleb had a little one.
Essentially.
Caleb and Caduceus had a great one.
the ship
and we
normally-
ended it with my favorite, which is hard to beat.
We should solve this.
Caleb and Caduceus had a great interaction, but in a different way. Jester and Not are just
There you go.
Maybe if we just
fabulous.
if you roll it the other direction, it straightens it out. Did you know that?
Put it under my. You just do. Okay. There we go.
Now it's not centered. Whatever, it's fine. You guys deal with your map. It's not mine. It's your map. Do what you want. So, the
Do what you want. It's your
responsibility.
map. Do what you want.
so your ship is actually traveling faster than it normally was as part of the blessing that Avantika received.
Aha.
It can achieve about 55 miles.
An hour?
No,
An
entire day of
hour.
travel.
55 miles an hour. We're there.
which is a bit faster than a general sailing ship, which is why the mistake can go faster, but they are a pair. So you're looking at about 14 days of travel.
Whoa. To Darktoe?
To Darktoe, yeah.
14 days?
Welcome to being on the open seas, man.
Oh my God. Really?
Bullet trains in D&D. You have
14
11 days
days.
of supplies. There will have to be some sort of supply stop or a way of handling that.
So, I have a thing called Create Food and Water.
I do too.
And we can mix it up with the normal food so it doesn't taste as bad.
That is going to make this journey not an issue when it comes to supplies. Look at that.
Beautifully
Magic.
done.
You don't have to stop then. All right, great.
You don't have to stop then. Beautifully done.
Encounter, like, yeah, fuck
No, it's
whatever
great.
else you made.
It's great.
Water the only thing we need? Like, do we need any other supplies to make this trip? Or-
Sam, don't rock the
Not to
boat.
get to Darktoe, but at Darktoe,
Literally,
there will be
don't rock the
repairs
boat.
made.
No need to
the
ask
ship
these
and possibly
questions.
some small
I mean,
repairs
I'm
to the ship
curious
for its journey,
too, but I don't want
any
Matt
other
to go
supplies you would
away.
need while there. But it's
That's
a 14-day
right.
journey at
You
full
need
speed. During this time,
Potbelly stove.
a couple things. One, you guys can decide to, if you want to, learn how to run a boat. So that being the
I would
case,
like that
we
very
get to
much.
decide what types of skill sets you want to pick up on out here on the ocean. So that being the case, we have
Ooh, we're getting little jobs
well,
and like
the
learning
quartermaster.
tasks.
Quartermaster is the one who has the most authority under the captain of a ship. They take over if the captain's unable to. They divvy up
All right,
plunder.
honestly,
or
that should
whenever
be-
you board a
I think
prize
that should be
vessel, they decide
Caleb.
what to take and what to
Quartermaster.
leave. They generally helm that whole process there, as far as pirate ships are concerned.
Either Bo or Caleb.
There's the navigator or the sailing master.
Navigator
You do have Orly
probably
hired
should be
to do that for
Caduceus
you,
or
but
Caleb.
Orly can also train one of you to be a backup in case Orly
I
somehow
was
vanishes.
about to say anything. I feel like being able to go by the stars or otherwise. is
Yeah,
something I might be
Caduceus
able to
ain't.
do.
He's not wrong.
You can both train her if you want.
Caleb
to.
too,
You can
though.
overlap.
You have memory.
I know which direction is north at all times.
I think
Don't forget
Caleb would be
anything.
more logical.
I'm real smart
Fair.
in the game.
just in the game.
Okay.
Lording that rap battle over.
We have the bosun.
Just
Bosun
lording
is
that
in
rap
charge of the ship
battle.
itself,
I
you know,
honestly
keeping it
agree. I
top
think
shape
both
for
are not
travel and
bad,
battle.
but Caleb better.
They handle looking over the wood, the canvas, the ropes, making sure
Not.
everything's solid and functional.
Not or Jester.
They lead shore parties for supplies and repairs, and oversee activities like dropping and weighing the anchor, setting the sails, cleaning the deck.
That sounds like a not Jester job.
So just start thinking of things you might be interested in. There's the Cooper, which makes and maintains barrels
Caduceus.
for storage,
Caduceus. Food and water.
There's
maintains
the Carpenter, which is the one that actually repairs
Caduceus.
the ship's structural integrity when it takes damage.
That could be a
They
not.
answer the bosun. They kind of keep the hull, the masts, and the yard arms functional. There's
I
the
feel
master
like-
gunner, who handles, organizes the placement of shot, powder, the fuse, and
Not.
aiming the ship's
That's
cannons.
not. That's 100%
All right,
not.
so
Yeah. That's not. Right away,
It is the master
100%.
gunner.
Yes, everyone agreed. So Caleb Navigator
and
not
and
handles
of course, Powder
that.
Monkey, which is the next one below, who basically just runs all the stuff.
Powder Monkey.
Powder monkey.
Powder Monkey.
The Powder Monkey.
I'll apprentice as that.
Apprentice the
first.
Powder Monkey, and then it should be needed. You will become.
I honestly was
hopefully
like,
a
that
good,
one's a not task
master
too.
gunner.
So not
So
as
anyway,
both.
those are the
not as the
most
Powder
important
Monkey
aspects.
and
Like,
the
everyone will kind of
organizer
learn a little bit
of.
about sailing as you go, but start getting an idea if you want to right now of which one of those you'd want to specifically kind of begin to focus on. So
What
we
does the bosun do again?
He runs the manager of the ship, like the office manager, right? Like
Kind of.
keeps it running.
make sure that all the canvas, the ropes, the wood, everything's kind of in.
I
good
think that's a
condition.
Jester.
I have enough.
Quartermaster.
I'll do that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
That. And
He said quarter.
Oh, Ford. Ford's going to be quartermaster because I figured he was captain.
Stuff. I feel like I would be really bad at it.
I feel like that's what Jester. I could tell she totally doesn't want to. Laura
actually,
does
to that
not look
point,
like she wants to do it at all.
The next morning, as everyone
But I
begins to
mean,
kind of go about the first
I don't know
real
what
day
else
out
Jester would
here in
be
the
good at.
Lucidian Ocean. Clear blue
I mean,
sky
anything
with dappled
you'd
bits
probably
of cloud around you,
figure out.
Smell of
But there's better
sea
people for
salt
each
and,
thing.
Foam and spray making its way as it splashes across the front of the bow. Avantika catches up to you with Vera being called up to the side. She goes, Vera, if you would be so kind, I would like to call, let's say the upmost members of the crew, please, to the deck. And maybe some of your friends as well.
Of course.
We're bringing our people. So we got Gallon,
As you all kind of gather on
Orly.
the deck, Avantika goes, I appreciate all of the hard work you've put into this, my crew and yours. As we are making our way back, it is important that we properly balance the endeavor here and make sure that both training that has been inquired about is properly disseminated. And out of curiosity, and with no disrespect to you, Vera, I will be replacing you as the ship's quartermaster until we return to Docto with our Captain Tusktooth.
Captain Tusktooth.
And Vera kind of looks taken aback and briefly offended, and then. But of
She's
course,
been
my
demoted.
captain.
Ford has been promoted, and Vera.
quartermaster.
I mean, it makes sense based on what's
And stop paying
happening.
attention.
Indeed.
She begins to divvy out
I
responsibilities.
thought
to
we
the
were
rest
still
of you
going to
in
go the
various
angle of
positions
trying to get our own
start
ship, but I
learning.
guess we're just we're the quartermaster.
Some elements of the journey. have you
So
moving
this
over to
all
the
makes
mistake,
sense. Everyone's got their job.
Some of them moving back.
Caduceus
especially for the
definitely
repairs
should be the
elements, and
food
whoever
and-
decides they want to be the carpenter, if anybody. And some of you want to. That's up to you.
Strong.
I'm strong. Maybe I should be the carpenter.
Yeah, honestly, Jester probably. I think Jester should do that.
Nothing.
Nothing.
The
It's up to
boatswine
you.
should be
Talk about it.
Caduceus.
Position of barrels. And
Kirk makes and maintains
Hey,
barrels.
you've been around barrels your whole life.
I kind of already know how to make a barrel.
Do you want to be the bosun?
I was thinking the one where you actually have to go out and find supplies. I might be really good at that.
That is the bosun.
Yeah, I'll take the
Okay,
bosun.
then I'll do the carpenter.
All right. there we go.
Boatswain?
So note that somewhere on your character that those are the
be the
positions you're
Cooper.
training on this journey.
And she's the
Got
Cooper.
it.
How to make.
We also need. Oh wait, we got the
Well, the
carpenter.
powder monkey.
Powder monkey.
I feel like we're missing one.
Working my way up.
Alrighty.
Who was the one that does the food? Was that
So,
the barrel? Was that the Cooper?
A
The
few
person that
days
handles the
into this
food and the
journey,
storage and stuff?
We'll say because you're training as the carpenter,
Yes.
Jester, the mistake is kind of keeping in time with the Squall Eater, and you're brought, it slows down a bit, and you're brought over to the opposite side, and there, in looking around, you wander under the deck and find that at one of the tables, you see Waldek, who's one of the deckhands of the other ship, is currently sitting at a table with what looks like a large tankard of really, really rough grog or ale, biting his lower lip, and he has his sleeve pulled up, and you can see Orly has this unique kind of what looks almost like a bowstring of some kind that's wrapped between two fingers, an inkwell, and a needle that's tied up in it, and he's currently halfway through doing this kind of really good-looking, elaborate tattoo across the arm of this deckhand.
Whoa. Awesome.
Patch over his eye, kind of right over.
I was like, what is happening right here? I was like, is he writing a letter or something?
He's almost lording over this.
The way
this
Matt was
smaller,
describing it, I thought he was like
kind of
writing or drawing.
human,
I mean, kind of drawing a tattoo.
Wait there.
Can I go stand over his shoulder and just stare at what he's doing?
Yeah, you keep watch, and you can see he's doing this kind of curled mermaid that is coming up and kind of on one hand is kind of holding on at the hip, and the other one is picking what looks like a fruit off of a tree. You begin to question the design a bit, and Orly just kind of says offhand,
"It's what he requested, huh?"
Why are you having a mermaid pick fruit if she's in the water?
he's sitting there going like, well, I had a rough ride with some scurvy a few years back, and a few things I like are the idea of ladies in the sea that can save me from scurvy.
Looks very painful.
Oh, that's really smart. It's very meaningful.
Ladies of the sea
Orly kinda
that can
chuckles under his
save me
breath.
from scurvy, because you need fruit.
It's very well done, and you can see now like
Vitamin
the other
C.
tattoos that are across his body were probably done by him on himself.
Hey, Orly. I'm training to be a carpenter, did you know?
Yeah. I was unaware, actually, but maybe you should ask around for the man who's doing the repairs around this place.
Yeah, I will definitely do that, but I also want to learn how to do tattoos. Can you teach me that?
I can try and teach you some of them.
I'm a really good artist, Orly.
My skills. However,
She's already finished the sentence. He's still
I got
finishing.
kind of a specific talent with some of this here.
Yeah, it's a thing that you wrap around your fingers and then you go like this.
Kind of. Yeah, do you mind?
The guy's like,
I'm a really good artist, don't.
Oh, I hope that Jester doesn't draw a dick on him. I right away think that Jester's going to draw a dick on him.
Gets the needle set up. Go
Jester,
ahead and make a
behave.
performance check.
Jester, behave. Look at Laura with the tongue. Laura is tonguing out her mouth like a little kid about to commit a
Yeah, I'll do
deed.
dexterity. Whoa, 17.
17. Picking up where the initial kind of partial ink sketches were, you actually continue to fill in the rest of the upper torso and do a very good job. You can see where the style does shift in the art, but it's not abrasive. It just continues and is rather nice. And
Do you think maybe your mermaid would want some googly eyes?
he goes, no, I appreciate that, but no.
he would want
Sure, I
to
think it would really make her look really
He
good.
starts to pull his arm away from you. Orly kind of puts his giant turtle hand on your shoulder and goes,
I don't recommend messing with the.
Yeah,
artistic
you don't want to
vision.
give them
I understand.
lifetime
I don't want
markings.
people messing with my artistic vision either.
There you are.
You and me, Orly, we're going to be fast friends.
I like the idea of that. Point of order.
Did you say porn of order?
Porn of order.
Okay.
Porn of order.
You happen to have any sort of like gem dust, do you?
Gem dust. Like a gem that's been powdered?
Yeah.
Or like ink?
Oh, I have plenty of ink. It's more.
Wait, are you trying to make like a sparkly ink?
More or less.
I mean,
Are you
I
trying to
don't
make a
have any
sparkly
powdered gems,
ink?
but I could probably powder some gems.
I picked up this technique years ago from some of the
Look at Laura's face.
Individuals
I'm the same way.
Spawned from the legacy of the island folk. It allows me to instill a mighty ink spot.
And he kind of, as he does that, he kind of flexes his arm, and you watch as the tattoo kind of shimmies ever so slightly, and you watch his muscles kind of bulge a bit.
Oh my god. If I do that, will you teach me how to do that? If I give you some dust?
See. It's not so much something that can be easily tied more than it's something bequeathed by an elder.
Do you want to bequeath me?
No.
What if you really
No.
like me, though?
We'll see how time goes by.
Do you want to
Before the
bequeath
time
me?
being.
No.
Just let me know if I can be of service.
He talks to you about it, and he gives you kind of an overview of his
I like how
capabilities.
brutally honest he is.
So for different types of gem dust, he can imbue somebody with a series of tattoos that can alter elements of their physical self. It's not inexpensive, and each person can only have it once ever. So it's not like you can have multiple. But like for 2,200 gold worth of ruby dust, you can
2,200
imbue a
gold
permanent
worth.
+1 to strength.
Permanent +1 to strength.
For 2,200 gold worth of emerald dust, he can do permanent +1 to dex. So he runs down the stat sheet there. The most expensive one's Constitution. That's 2,500 worth of diamond dust, but there are all the different gem types there. He can also imbue certain resistances. Those
Amazing.
are more expensive. Those are 5,000 gold worth of fire opal dust for fire resist, and 5,000 gold worth of black sapphire dust for cold resist.
Oh my god.
But he has the capability of imbuing essentially magical permanent tattoos.
We are well over 30 minutes. That couldn't have been a better place to stop. Orly is here again. I was just excited to hear the dude. And now we find out he is capable with giving us tattoos that give us resistance. They could up our constitution. I mean, I'm assuming they're all in there. Matt said a few of them. Was he just saying a few of them and they're all on the thing? Because he said you could also get resistance to cold, to fire. You could get +1 strength, +1 dex, +1 constitution. I'm assuming you could do something with some sort of gem to get any one of the stats you'd want, but oh my god, expensive, and you can only do it once. So even if you had the coin to do it a billion times, it doesn't matter. And that's not even possible right now because it's so expensive. 2,200 was the low end. It got as high as 5,000 gold. 5,000 gold, though, gives you resistance. Like, imagine we all just started getting tatted up with fire resistance, cold resistance. Here's the other thing. I feel like you'd want resistance over a jump in 1 point of whatever stat you'd pick. To me, the resistance is the best, but it also is the most expensive, which clearly makes sense. Maybe it's like, if you don't have the coin or want to waste that kind of coin, you just go with like a +1 strength. I mean, hey, for 2,200 gold, we've gathered that kind of coin. So that's easily attainable. Like a bow with a +1 strength or something like that would definitely assist us in our journey. But that was amazing. An angle I didn't even see coming. I'm thinking, are we even going to hear from Orly this episode? Maybe like at some point Orly will just come across us and we'll like say, hey, how's it going? Something like that. We get this whole thing. I love how brutally honest Orly is too, where she's like, well, can you bequeath it to me? Nope. And then she keeps going because that's what Jester does. Well, what if we become the best of friends? Well, we'll talk then if that happens. But for now, no. But don't be afraid to come back and ask me for these tattoos. And if you get the gem dust, I'll do it for you. But you need that amount of money worth of gem dust. We did get that satchel of gem dust or gems, but we'd have to powder them down. And you'd have to get the equivalent. I mean, that's a lot. But I mean, you are getting a lot for it. It's a permanent boost that you can only do once. Amazing. Besides that, we have Avantika demote Vera. We have all of us basically get a job now. So Ford is going to be the quartermaster right under Avantika. Vera is demoted. Bo is going to be the cooper. Caleb is going to be the navigator. Caduceus is going to be whatever the name of the dude was that goes out and gets supplies or investigates or whatever the heck that was an interesting one too. I thought Not might have been good for that, but Not ends up being the person who handles the gunpowder and such. I forget the name that was given to that. Bose is she's the Cooper? Caduceus is the boatswain. The boatswain? That's a weird name. And Jester is the carpenter. So let's jump into part 2. I'm very excited to see where we go. We are all on the crew at Avantico. 14 days of travel, thanks to Caduceus and Jester having the magic ability to expand our food and water supply. We don't need to stop. So 14 days, we're going to start learning boating. How quickly is time going to go by? It said a pirate's life for me, so I feel like this entire episode we could be on this boat. Maybe by the end, we'll make up some time and there'll be a rapid increase, but I feel like we're going to be on this boat for a good while. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. We also got dozens of others. As I always say, we got Battlestar, Stargate. Check it out. Dozens of shows, hundreds of hours. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.